Welcome to the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley here with Zack Rosenblatt, the charter member of the Ron Swanson fan club.
Yes, I'm so sad that show's over.
I know. You were bummed out, but we're going to cheer you up here with talk of a giant basketball game Saturday. Arizona number 7, Utah number 13. Played at the Huntsman Center in Salt Lake City. It is going to be loud. It is going to be intense. And really, it is going to be for the Pac-12 regular season championship. How do you see that game shaking out?
I don't know. I think it'll be a close game. Arizona doesn't. If Arizona's losing a game, it's not going to be a blowout. It just doesn't happen to them anymore because they're so good on defense. I think Arizona wins it, but it'll be down to the end, I think.
To me, it might come down to the way the big men play. You know, Utah has such depth at that position. Jakob Poeltl has played so well in his freshman year, and then even somebody like Jordan Loveridge, pretty good veteran player. What must Caleb Tarczewski do? What must Brandon Ashley do to give them an edge there?
They need to get Caleb Tarczewski needs to have a type of game he had against USC, where he scores in the beginning a few times, gets rebounds. He's been rebounding a lot better lately. They can't. I know everybody wants them to play Dusan Ristic a lot, but they can't really rely on him because he's not a good defender. So you want Caleb Tarczewski to go in there and not necessarily have a career game, but he's a good defender. He needs to rebound and needs to get a few buckets in the paint. You know,
to me, Brandon Ashley is sort of the biggest enigma on this team. He is a guy who was probably their best player in the first month of the season and is not even really inconsistent anymore, just not necessarily producing like we thought he would. What do you think has gotten into Brandon Ashley lately, and does he have enough in the tank to be a factor heading into March?
He's a good weapon to have for them. I just don't know if he's just not as relevant as he was before. I don't know why that is. I don't know if the energy's not there. But, I mean, they need him to play well. They need everybody to play well on this team. And he's an interesting threat because he's a decent shooter. I don't know if he shot it as much this year as maybe we expected him to, but he's a good shooter. And for a guy that's 6'8", that's a good threat to have.
Could Saturday's game simply come down to shooting?
Yeah, I mean, Arizona hasn't shot the ball very well lately.
Right, and Utah's the most prolific three-point shooting team in the league. They'll be playing at home on familiar baskets, at elevation, all of that. Is it just a matter of Arizona matching shot for shot throughout the game?
Yeah, Utah is a really good shooting. Brandon Taylor shooting almost 50% from three-point range, he's a threat that they need to watch out for. But I think this game could be the game that maybe clinches the Pac-12 Player of the Year award for Delon Wright or launches T.J. McConnell in the legit discussion for it.
Back in the conversation because he struggled so much against UCLA.
Yeah, and he's not scored as much recently.
Saturday at 7 o'clock, Arizona Wildcats versus Utah Utes in Salt Lake City, a battle for what should be the regular season Pac-12 championship. That'll do it for this episode of the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by our friends at Fry's Food Stores. For Zack Rosenblatt, I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
Try this matchup. Low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.